I am recording, yeah. I am recording now. Okay, guys, ready? Ready. Okay, pay attention, please. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I recommend you avoid nickname because I don't know who are you. So now, when you sign in Sky, try to put your first name, last name. Okay, no sophisticated code. Okay, I don't understand who are you. Okay, so we continue, guys. Okay, the last time we discussing the equation que es called quadratic inform. Quadratic inform. How you recognize that one equation is quadratic inform? When you have two exponents, look at that, 1/2 and 1/4, two exponents, right? And the relationship, the connection between this exponent, okay, one exponent, the bigger one, is twice. It's obvious that yes, because 1/4 times 2 is 1. Okay, entonces es quadratic in front. And always when it's quadratic in front, we convert this equation to quadratic equation. How? Using U substitution. U substitution is x to the 1/4. Or you take the smaller exponent. 1/4 is smaller than 1/2, no? So you rewrite the new equation using the auxiliary variable que u. Okay, 7 stays the same. -13, this is u by definition, and this is u squared, 2u squared. And in that moment, we have a classical quadratic equation that we solve it by quadratic formula maybe, no? A is 2, B is -13, and C is -7. Okay, I'm plugging it into the quadratic formula. Minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And our specific example b is -13. And we have minus here of the formula, minus here of the value together become positive. Okay, -13 squared minus 4 multiplication by a, que es 2, multiplication by c, que es -7. Everything divided by 2 times 2 because a is 2. Entonces we computed the expression inside the radical. This is the order of operation. Always is the same. And you compute 13 squared 169. Put in the calculator, 169 positive. Be careful with the sign. We have double minus, minus, it's plus. Plus what? Plus 56 because 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 7 is 56. When you adding each other, give me 225. And don't forget the square root, no? Square root 225, 50. Okay, so far we have, make it zoom, so far we have 13 plus or minus 15 divided by 4 equals 2 times 12. Okay, so you separate two expressions, no plus or minus anymore. 13 plus 15 over 4 and 13 minus 15 over 4. Okay, 13 plus 15 is 28. And 28 divided by 4 is 7. Okay. 7 is our first solution, but don't forget that this is the u value. Yeah, I need the x value. So the value of the original variable. So this is -2 divided by 4, and lowest term is -1/2. It's another solution. So I don't finish. I split the paper in two parts. For u7 and for u -1/2. Okay, now what is the connection between u and x? Oh, I remember that I define u like x to the 1 over 4 equals 7. Okay, and this is a noise, again, noise, putting off microphone. Oh, you want to ask me something? Yeah, you activate the microphone. Okay, this is the, okay, remember, fraction exponent is equivalent to the radical notation. It's 4 root of x. Okay, this is another point of view. Either way, you can analyze using fraction exponent, or we can analyze using radical notation. I prefer my way is radical for two reasons. Reason number one, because I realize that this is radical equation. So basically, in that moment, we have two radical equations. And you need to be aware of the radical equation, because radical equation is tricky. Radical equation, sometimes we have a extraneous solution. Basically, when you have even order of the root. Okay, pero entonces now, ¿cuál es the key idea for solving any radical equation? You raise to the 4th power, because I know que when you raise to the 4th power, the power and radical cancel out each other and get x equal, and this is 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, 4 times, you put in the calculator, whatever you want, 2,401. Okay, and this is my first potential solution. My second potential solution is x equal, is a -1/2 raised to the 4th power. Well, you know, when you raise to the even exponent, the answer is always positive, right? Entonces 1 to the 4th power and 2 to the 4th power. 1 to the any power is always 1, and 2 to the 4th power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gets 16. And this is my second solution, my second potential solution. Okay, now the mandatory part is verification the solution into the region. This is mandatory. Why is mandatory? Because when you're solving my original equation, que es quadratic form, in middle of the process, we found radical equation. And this radical equation contains even index. And you know that sometimes we have trouble with this. Sometimes no. Si es odd, never we have problem. Pero si es even, maybe yes. You need to verification. You need to verification this solution into the original equation. Let me copy the original equation. The original equation was 2x to the 1/2 minus 13 x to the 1 over 4 minus 7. Should be, I need to verification that this is equal to 0. Or no, for both. You can write like that. Oh, you can write like that. This is equivalent to say a square root. 1/2 is a square root. And this is 4 root. This is another way to visualize this. Okay, let's check it for the first one. Okay, 2,401. Okay, this is 2 square root 2401 minus 13 times 4 root 2401 minus 7 should be 0. I claim that because I'm not sure that this statement is true or false. I need to prove that. Okay, you put it in a calculator, but this is easy without calculator because remember, 2401 come from the multiplication 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Actually, it was 47. When you find the square root, you select by couple. This couple 7 represents 1 7 outside the radical, another 7 outside the radical, and 7 times 7 is 49. So basically, it's 2 times 49 minus, entonces 4 root is easier because you take the 4. It's 4 by 4. It's only 1 7. It's 13 times 7. Wow. You put in the calculator if you want. Minus 7 should be 0. So 49 times 2 is 98. And 13 times 7 is 91. Okay. 98 minus 91 is 7. Positive minus 7 is 0. Super. Super true. Therefore, that's me. If this solution is perfect. I need to verification the second. The second is 2 square root 1 over 16 minus 13 4 root 1 over 16 minus 7 should be 0. I claim again this statement. Well, it's easy because the square root 6. So, you know, when you have fraction, you know a property of the fraction. So I suppose square root A over B is a square root A over square root B, no? It's a property. Always is happen in this situation. Okay, in this case, square root 1 is always 1, and square root 16 is 4. So 2 over 4. Or actually 1/2 if you want to put directly. That's okay. Minus 13, and 4 root 1 is 1, and 4 root 16 is 2. Minus 7 should be 0. This is 1/2.
Place, same team. Sunrise we go last night with the cats into the movie.
Again, noise. Please putting off microphone. It's easy. It's putting off. Don't activate the microphone, okay? Okay, let me finish it. Almost. We finish. Okay, you subtracting 1 minus 13 is 12, no? It's minus 12 over 2, no? 1 minus 13 is minus 6. It's minus 6. Minus 6 minus 7, oof, it's negative 13. It totally is completely false. The statement not 0. Therefore, that solution doesn't work. And the only solution problem is 2401. Wow, it's too long, I know. But remember, this is called algebra. This is not Inequality elementary algebra. And the final answer is solution set is 2401. End of story. Any questions, guys? Please, go ahead. Come on, open the section. So you have questions, if you have no questions, okay, we continue. Everything is okay, do you understand? This is classical in the test number 1. Equation quadratic in front, and you apply U substitution. No question.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
You said before last class, I remember that there is one that we don't need to prove.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
You need to prove only when you have radical equation, and also this radical equation involve even index, like that, in this particular case. Okay, in general, guys, in algebra, when you find the equation, well, if you want to make sure you verification into the origin, but not mandatory. However, radical equation is special because sometimes when you're solving radical equation, introducing extraneous solutions, a solution is bad. This is bad solution, no? Extraneous solution. So mandatory, you need to verification. Mandatory, so it's part of the game. So you solving one radical equation and you don't checking, you have no 100 point in this question. Okay. Repetition again. Radical equation mandatory check. Another equation que es no radical equation, entonces totally optional. It's up to you. Any question? Clear, miss? Clear or confusing? Clear. Angelica Gonzalez. Okay, guys, let's change the thing. No question. Good. Let's move into the last part. The last part is super easy, in my opinion. No? It's about the equations and inequality that involving the absolute value. Equation and inequality involving absolute value. Equation and inequality. Involving.
This ugly night in Syracuse for Jim Larinaga's Hurricanes. They were beat up by the Orange.
Turning off microphone. Absolute value. Let me recall quickly absolute value. Absolute value is, suppose absolute value 3. That's 3, no? The absolute value negative 3 is also 3. Why? Why is always positive? Because absolute value, okay, geometrical representation, absolute value. This is my famous Orion number line. This is 0 in the middle. 3 is here, 1, 2, 3. And negative 3 is 1, 2, 3 here, negative 3. Absolute value is the distance between the specific value, que is 3, and 0. 1, 2, and 3 steps. And distance, when you're talking about distance, is always positive quantity. So the distance from, suppose, two cities, Homestead and Hialeah is hypothetical, I don't know, 18 miles. And the distance from opposite directions, so Hialeah to Homestead, from Hialeah to Homestead is the same distance, it's 18, no negative 18. When you talk about distance, it's positive quantity. That is the reason that negative 3, 1, 3 is always 3 steps is positive. Okay? This idea is clear. So now, suppose you face this equation. Absolute value x equal 3. It's obvious that we have two solutions. The solution is 3 positive or 3 negative. You know, the word or indicates both, no? Equal minus 3. So in general, when you have an equation that involving absolute value, suppose in general, suppose absolute value, any expression equals something, equal one number, suppose 10, hypothetical, I put 10. This is equivalent. This symbol indicates the same thing, right in different way, but it's the same. You copy the any without bar, no bar anymore, equal 10, or any again is equal minus 10. So basically, you break it down, this equation can contain absolute value in two equations, and you solve it separately, and that's it. Everyone follow me? Okay,
Yes.
so I bring several examples to illustrate the procedure, no? However, sometimes we have a special and tricky example, but I want to explain one by one. Suppose this example, the first one, example 1. Absolute value 2x plus 1 equals 7. Okay, super. Immediately I rewrite in that way. 2x plus 1, 2 times without bar, no bar anymore, and you put 7 and negative 7 in the story. In that moment, we have two equations, and you solve them separately. And the solution is two solutions. No? Okay, now you subtracting 1, 2x equals 7 minus 1 gets 6 divided by 2. This is elementary algebra, F3. So this is my first solution. My second is 2x is equal minus 7 minus 1, or negative 8, divided by 2, and negative 4. Negative 4, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4. Okay. So what is the solution set for this equation, guy? Solution set is positive 3 and negative 4. End the story. And the test, you don't need to write that. If you want, much better. I am the teacher, so the teacher would like to emphasize what the solution set value, no? But if you leave it like that and close in the box, indicate that the final answer is perfect. 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 I understand very well. Any question? Clear or confused? Super. Sabrina. Always help me. Sabrina is okay, guys. Thank you. Okay. Example 2. Angelina. Clear. This Angelina is clear. Example 2, bring me new situation. No, not super complicated, but a new situation. Example 2 is absolute value x plus 3 plus 5 equal 12. Okay. I am ready to apply the rule. No. Why not? Because you have not isolated the absolute value. So the first thing you should do is isolate this expression can contain the absolute value. This is obvious que 12 minus 5 gets 7. So my equation so far is this. Entonces, this is a moment que we are ready to apply the rule. The rule is you copy the expression inside the absolute value 2 times, and you put equal 7 and negative 7. The right-hand side, you copy twice, but opposite sign. And the left-hand side, you copy 2 times, but without bar. It's easy. The recipe is okay. X is equal 7 minus 3 is 4. First solution. Second solution is x equal minus 7 minus 3 is negative 10. Done. Okay. Solution set, if you want to write like that, doesn't matter. The order is not important. You put 4, negative 10 or negative 10, 4. It's the same thing because the order is not important in the set. Any question, guys? Very easy, eh? Well,
Sir, I got a question.
Go ahead.
I had already completed the test when you assigned everything else. I did it all in one go and I got a good grade on it. How am I supposed to send you in the work that I had done if I didn't know I had to do any work?
It's a technical issue. But it's easy. Okay. In the corresponding moment, I will send to you the test on paper. The test number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, test on paper. You solve it at home. I suppose that we have enough of day, 1, 2, or 3 days. You took a picture or using your device, using a printer or a scanner, and you convert to the PDF format and send me back your answer in the story. Okay? But in this test on paper, I need to see in detail your work. Show me your work. Okay? Entonces, it's important that you try to do by yourself because sometimes happen some student, copy a stupid thing that don't understand very well. Yeah, I immediately I realize that you don't understand. This is nonsense thing. Yeah, grade is 0. Okay? This is your question, miss, or no? Mister?
Kinda. I don't understand if we got a good grade on the test that we had already took before you told us to do the work, then we get a bad grade if we don't show the correct work?
Never happens. You are doing correct work, your grade is good. Okay, don't anticipate the situation because this situation doesn't happen. Explain the idea. The idea is clear. I send the test, you send me back the answer. End the story. Clear or not clear?
Not really, but I'll try my hardest, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to example 3. Example 3, bring me new situation. I suppose no is the last one, but it's new situation. Suppose absolute value 5x minus 3 equals negative 4. Be careful. This is a special case. Why? Because I explained before que absolute value represent distance. And this time I say que never is negative. It's a positive quantity. Entonces we see in that problem some contradiction. Absolute values this time. And this time is equal negative number. This is completely wrong. This is completely false statement. Therefore, when this situation happens, no solution. Okay, entonces be aware when the right hand side in the equation que contain absolute value, of course, no, is negative, we have immediately no solution. But sometimes, it's not totally clear. Suppose the same problem, suppose 5x minus 3 plus 10 equals 6, suppose. Entonces, well, the first thing you should do, this case, this problem, you isolate the absolute value, okay, no problem. You move 10 to the other side, entonces 6 minus 10 is negative 4. And we get exactly the same situation, no? Negative 4 on the right-hand side, no solution. It's clear? Yes or no? Okay. Yes. Angelina dice yes. Okay. Example 4. Example 4 bring me also new idea. When is 0. Suppose 7x minus 3 equal. This is equation. It's also a special case. The regular case, the ordinary case is when the right-hand side is a number. It's supposed to be number 20. Si es negative, no solution. Pero si es 0, it's easy because 0 is possible. Solution, yes, but we have only one. Why only one? Because suppose you try to apply the rule. You copy 2 times 7x minus 3, 7x equals something. Entonces you put 0, pero 0 have no sign. Entonces 0 positive, 0 negative have no sense. No, this is a stupid thing, totally stupid thing. 0 have no sign. 0 is just 0, and you can delete everything. Therefore, we have only one equation, no two equations, when it's 0. And you solve this equation, 7x equals 3, divided by 7 both sides, x equals 3 over 7, and it's the final. Okay. Now, if you want to, or if I want to summarize everything, we have 3 possibilities when you solve the equation. Possibility number 1, suppose any expression equal 10. You copy any equal 10 or any expression equal minus 10. So we have two solutions. This is a regular. The 99% you find this solution. And the test I suppose you find. Suppose any now, case number 2 is equal minus 10. When the right hand side is negative, no solution. And number 3 is when the right hand side is 0, right hand side is 0. We have one solution, only one solution. The solution you get or you obtain is remove directly the bar, you put n equals 0. And you solve only one solution gets this. In this case, you solve two solutions gets this and this. And this way have no solution because it's a contradiction. Any question, guys? Any question? It's easy or it's complicated? No, Professor Sabrina. Okay, super. Okay, let's move on now to the little bit more complicated part, is the inequality. Inequality that contain absolute value. No, thank you. No question. Okay. Let me try to explain. Inequality now. Inequality now. With absolute value. Okay. First of all, we have two kinds of inequality. Suppose absolute value x less than. So we have the less than case. And we have the greater than case. And this is not totally, but it's different. Okay? Let me try to understand this. To understand, again, one more time, I do the whole real number line. Infinity, negative infinity. 0 in the middle here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Negative 3. Okay. This is negative 3. Okay. Let me use in color. Different color. Okay. The solution for the first inequality gets less than is this interval. Is this interval. Right? Es super easy verification que this idea is correct. If you, for example, plug in different value inside this, suppose 1, suppose 2, 3 no, because 3 don't belong to the solution because there's no, si es equal sign here, yes, pero si es no equal sign here, no. Likewise, -1, -2, and remember, we are talking about real numbers. Entonces, include a fraction, include a decimal, 1.5, 1.75, -2.5. You plug it in here, any number here, es obvio que this statement is true, no? Because absolute value of 1 is 1, and 1 is less than 3. What is the idea behind this? The idea is, when you face one inequality que es less than case, this is equivalent to say que x is less than -3 and less than or greater than -3 and less than +3. Okay. So what is the super fantastic conclusion? Super fantastic conclusion is when you face one inequality like that, less than 10, suppose hypothetical, immediately you remove the bar, you put any expression, you copy the expression inside the bar. In this case, just x, but in this case, not necessarily x, is more complicated expression, 2x plus 5, whatever. And you copy in between 10 and -10. And basically, we convert this inequality in one classical compound inequality que contain 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3. And you solve this, okay? I promise I bring several examples to illustrate this today. This is the less than case. Let's move on to the greater than case. If you have no question, do you understand very well less than or no? Let's move on to the greater than. Okay, put the green color. Well, unfortunately, greater than is the distance. Remember, this is the distance, but it's too far 3. Es obvio que es that part, so 4, 5, 6, 7, no, to infinity, and that part. Because it's too far of 3, no? In this example, the 3, the right-hand side. No? Entonces, basically, the solution, when it's greater than, contains 2 pieces, 2 intervals. The first interval is x greater than 3, or, because it's or, it's both, x less than -3. Entonces, what is the general formula for the greater than? That when you have absolute value any expression greater than 10, suppose, immediately you separate, so you remove the bar, pero copy 2 times, any. Why? Because we have 2 intervals. This is greater than 10 and less than -10. And connecting by or, and you form again a compound inequality, but this compound inequality give me the solution for this compound inequality, give me 2 pieces, 2 intervals. A little bit confusing or clear? Let's move on to the example. I bring 1, 2, Clear, huh? Several examples. I have a lot of examples. Okay, let's move on to example one of that part. Example one. Example one of that part. Clear. Okay, super. Example one of that part is absolute value 2x plus 1 less than 7. Okay. Immediately, you identification. Wow, it's less than case. Therefore, the solution contains one interval, not two. Okay, this is classical. And you remove the bar. So this statement is completely equivalent to this. It's the same thing. Of course, expressed in a different way, but it's the same thing. Therefore, we focus in the new compound inequality. You saw exactly the same we are doing elementary algebra, subtracting 1. And negative 8. This is cancel. This was the intention. And this is 6. Finally, divided by 2. And negative 4 less than x less than 3. Entonces, always, guys, always. I want in the test que you express the answer in interval notation. That the test say this, remind you, solve the inequality and express the answer using interval notation. Interval notation. So I recall interval notation is the notation. This is my famous Orville number 9. And the solution is in between negative 4 and positive 3, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, and positive 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the solution is the interval between negative 4 and positive 3. Do not include the endpoint because, how do you know that? Because it's not equal here. See, when it's equal, include the endpoint. It's not equal, do not include the endpoint. So what is the symbolic way to indicate this idea? The final answer is parentheses, negative 4, comma, positive 3. End story. Any question? Good.
So Professor, so we have to do the graph and then...
Well, no. Okay, I do the graph because sometimes in one case it'll be complicated, but no. Okay, you can skip direct. You can, in this case, it's easy. You can skip direct from this to this. I want to illustrate. This is one mnemonic device that maybe we can use it to visualize. I love you so much, the geometric interpretation for this, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the second example.
Hold up. I got a question.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So if we have our own way of solving the problem, and it comes out that if we have our own way that has like, okay, say we use a different formula to get the same answer, and it's correct, would you still count that as wrong?
No, I explain one way. So you know another way, and your answer is correct. I am very capable to understand everything is good. Okay? So I explain one way because I consider it as the easy way. But see, you know another way, you show me. See, I understand your way is correct. This is okay. This is easy. However, my experience teaching this class, a lot of people make a mistake doing this example because I don't know. Create your own way. Totally wrong. Okay? But this is the way. Do you know another way? Good for you. Okay? Okay, mister?
So if we do the other way and we show it on paper, it's still a good grade, correct?
Of course.
Okay.
Every correct answer. Every correct answer. Okay, understand? Of course, I grade right. Okay, let's move on to example 2. Example 2 is a little bit different. It's absolute value x plus 5 minus 2 less than 12. What should I do? Well, you isolate the absolute value. Always is a classical. And move 2 to the other side is 12 plus 2, no? 14. So my inequality so far is like that. Now this is a crucial moment in which I copy x plus 5 only one time because I know that the solution is one interval, not two interval. How do you know? Because it's less than case, 14 and negative 14. And we focus in the compound inequality. Okay, subtracting 5. It's negative 19. X, this is gone. And this is 11, no? 11. No, 9. 14 minus 5, 9. Okay. Entonces, the interval is obvious. Not necessary doing the line because the CC is one piece. Is from negative 19, positive 9. Of course, do not include the endpoint because I don't see any equal sign. Clear, guys? Clear? Okay. Let's move on to example 3. Example 3. Example 3 bring me new idea. Example 3 bring me new idea. 3x, absolute value 3x minus 1, less than or equal 11. Oh, look at that. In this example, we have less than or equal. So this is like a combination, equation and inequality. Because that symbol indicates less than or equal to. But it's okay. You will solve it exactly the same. I realize that the less than case, I copy the expression inside the bar without bar. And this is in between using the same symbol, 11 positive and 11 negative. And the rest, you know. Option 1. This is negative 10. This is cancel 3x. And this is 12. Divided by 3. Divided by 3. Divided by 3. So we have, well, it's a fraction, no? It's negative 10 over 3. Less than or equal x. Less than or equal 4, no? Entonces, present always, guys, en interval notation es bracket because incluye the endpoint negative 10 over 3, 4. Both bracket. Do you understand que bracket? Because incluye the endpoint, no? Include. When you see equal bracket, when you see no equal parenthesis. Okay? Example 4, no? That was 3. Yeah, 4. Example 4. Example 4 is absolute value x plus 3 plus 5 greater than or equal to. Now greater than. So when it's greater than, is one piece or two piece? This is the challenge. Okay, this is the confusing part. Two piece. We expect one solution, and the solution, when you express it in interval notation, you express it in two different pieces. But well, first of all, you isolate the absolute value. So I move 5 to the right hand side, subtraction is 7. So the inequality that you need to solve is greater than or equal 7. Okay. Now, what is the organization? The organization is, I know, que it's two pieces. So you copy x plus 3 2 times. And it's greater than or equal 7. And it's less than or equal negative 7. Making this two inequality by or because it's a compound. Actually, it's a compound inequality. And you solve it. Remember, compound inequality is easy because you solve it separately. And finally, we connecting both. Subtracting 3, 7 minus 3, greater than f4. Okay. And this is x less than or equal minus 7 minus 3, x less than or equal negative 10. Entonces, es this or this. How you visualize this? O sea, es classical in the solution for the compound inequality. Do the graphic. Es que no strictly mandatory, but I like it so much. This is infinity positive, infinity negative. This is 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I suppose que 10 here, negative 10. So basically, that part is from 4 to infinity. Include 4, because I saw here equal sign, bracket. The symbolic way to indicate this idea is bracket. And the second piece from 10, but to the left, because the less than. Okay, and again bracket. So what is the final answer? What is my final answer? My final answer is from negative infinity, comma, negative 10, bracket, this piece, the green part, union, 4, comma, infinity. End the story. Any question? Any question? Any question? No? No. Okay. So we're discussing, for example, some special case. I suppose it's a special case I never put in the test, but it's okay. Another example, please. Okay. Let me try to find another example. Example final. Suppose 2x plus 1 greater than 7. Entonces, identification, que is greater than case. Therefore, immediately I know that my final answer contains 2 pieces. I'm warning you because it's classical. I don't know what happened. The students don't understand very well this idea. Okay? Entonces, you believe que one piece, no? What are the 2 pieces? Well, I copy 2 times the expression inside the bar, and you put a greater than 7 and less than negative 7. Entonces, you reverse the sign, greater than, less than, and you put the opposite sign of the right-hand side. The right-hand side you copy 2 times, but positive and negative. And we're connecting this by OR. Entonces, in that moment, we have one big compound inequality that we can solve it. How you solve it? Easy. You solve it separately. It's a 2x greater than 7 minus 1, que is 6, divided by 2, x greater than 3. And this is my first piece. And my second piece is 2x less than negative 7 minus 1. 2x less than negative 8, no? Divided by 2. X is less than negative 4. And this is my second piece. Okay, but so far it's perfect, but you have no 100 points. Why no? Because you need to express the final answer always in Collet algebra using interval notation. Okay, no problem. I try. You are doing the graphic to understand the solution. And this is positive 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is negative 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. This interval, the blue one, is from this to this, in that direction. Of course, don't include 3 because I don't see equal sign here. And the green one is from negative 4 to the left. Again, parentheses. So what is my final answer? My final answer is from negative infinity, comma negative 4, union. It's the only way to combine 2 intervals using this symbol. Okay, this U indicate union, 3, comma infinity. End the story. Any question? Any question? Okay. No problem, Angelina. My pleasure with you. Let me try to explain quickly in the 2 minutes that we have the special case. Well, the special case you never found in the test because it's special. Suppose special. Absolute value x minus 10 minus 2 less than or equal minus 3. Okay. I have no idea. I try to isolate, no, the actual value. Just the actual value of x minus 10 is less than or equal minus 3 plus 2, que es negative 1. Que es negative 1. Entonces, again, you see, wow, right hand side negative. Entonces, this is smell bad. This is no solution. Why? Because it's a contradiction, no? Actual value represent distance always. Distance is positive always. Never is less than and no equal negative 1. So no solution, no solution. You write in English like that, no solution, or express that symbol que indicate empty. Set. No solution. We have nothing. No zero. Zero is a number. Empty is nothing. Empty is equivalent to write like that. Solution set, nothing inside. Nothing. Empty. Okay, but we have, be careful, we have that situation. Absolute value x minus 4 plus 5 greater than or equal 4. In that case, again, you isolate the absolute value, no problem, I understand. Entonces, greater than or equal 4 minus 5, que es negative 1. Greater than or equal negative 1. So again, right hand side is negative, but it's different situation because in the equation is clear, but in the inequality is confusing because it's not exactly the same equals, you know, greater than. So in that case, this is the distance, and distance is always positive. And positive is greater than negative 1. Yes, maybe yes, right? Because positive number 3 is greater than negative 1. Yes, of course, we have solution. In this case, we have infinity many solutions. So it's always true. In this case, never true. That is a reason there's no solution. But this is always true because the solution is all real number. We have infinity many solutions. Okay, super. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Next time we start review. You try to do by yourself, but I try to do. Remember, we have short time in our class, only 15 minutes. I don't know why. I asked to the chairperson, but okay. She said, try to do your best, professor. Okay, I try to do my best always. Okay. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have no question, you can leave. Bye.
Professor, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
So we have the test on Alex, the test number 1, right? And then you're gonna send another test. This is the one that we need to work and show how is it done. When you're gonna send that test?
Okay. First of all, I need to send to you the test. I suppose that when you finish the review, I will send the test. You receive the test, and the due date for this test, for both tests, is February 1st. Okay.
Okay. And the review that we received yesterday, you want us to also do it and send it to you by PDF?
No.
Or that is okay, what we are doing on class, like
the review I sent yesterday, I will do next lecture. So the January 20 is today, no? January 25th and January 27th is next week. So we dedicate next week, entirely next week, doing this review. So when I finish the review, miss, I will send, when the class is over, I will send the test. But we have from January 27th to February 1st to solving the test on paper I will send January 27th, okay? And I suppose, hypothetically, I suppose that simultaneously you are working in Alex and the homework and the pre-test and the test. Remember, I only grade the test. And extra 10 points in the homework, you reach more than 80%, okay?
Yes.
Pre-test, no. Pre-test is only for practice. Practice because I create similar to the test. So you are doing well, you can see your mistake. And the pre-test, you are ready to do successfully the test. Okay? And don't hesitate to ask me any question during this period. Pero no, the test, no. I cannot help the test. I can help the homework and the pretest. Any question? Okay. Any question you have, you take a picture, send me the picture. Remember, your question is different. Your platform is different to my platform. So you say, Professor, solve for me number 7. No, number 7 for you is different. Number 7 for me. It's same objective but a different number. Because I cannot help. I help when you send me your specific question that you need. I solve for you. I solve in one piece of paper. I take a picture and my smartphone. And I send back to you. Okay?
Thank you, Professor.
Pleasure. Always. Anytime.
Have a good day.
You too. And leaving, guy. And leaving.